All right, let's get this Thursday party started. Now, thank you, Spore OOTP developments coming on over, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, I think we've seen a lot of smiles on faces from a lot of teams that you showed off there today, Spore. Woo, hoo, missions, high-end future legend cards. I think teams are going to be changing quite a bit over the next couple of weeks. Packs are going to be opened. Let me know when they go live. You can announce it here. If anyone knows when everything goes live, let us know, because people are just itching. They got their finger over their packs. Tactile Next is just like, just give me the word, Lap. Give me the word. When can I open things up? Mark says cards and missions are live. Dishnet says it as well. So there you guys go. As you're listening and collecting your drops today, cards are live, missions are live. Please let me know if you pull any of those good cards in your packs, if you complete a mission. I want to know who's first. Who's the first to get that James Wood? Who's the first to get Ethan Salas? Who pulls that Blue Jay third base gold prospect? Come on, let me know if you guys pull those in chat. Ollie North, man, Ollie is so excited that he's thawing things out here up in Canada. It's so hot. He's so excited. You pulled a kitty? Ouch. You might want to get that checked out. That's not a good thing. All right, let's get rolling here. As always, we like to start the show with a little tribute to one of our fellow affiliates. If I have a mod in the chat, shout out NASpace, because Nas likes to get us started with a little kitty. Where's boiled egg? Come on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Kitty Poo is in the house. All right. Yes. Oh, boiled egg. Everyone give some love to boiled egg. Come on, boiled egg. Heal up. Get better. We need to see those FHM 10 broadcasts. And again, if I have a mod, shout out Boiled Egg 1974, who is streaming FHM 10. He's got a league going for Franchise Hockey Manager. Again, one of the sister games of Out of the Park developments. Go check out FHM Franchise Hockey Manager. All right. Again, if you're new to the channel, welcome all in. Laptop Pound here, streaming 4 days a week. And as I like to do on Thursdays, you guys want some packs? Well, let's do a giveaway here, an early bird giveaway. Now is the time. Now's the time to enter, exclamation ticket. Get those entries in, 1 entry per person, and you have to be here to win. Yes, you have to be here. When I make the draw in about 15 minutes, if you are not here, we will draw someone else. All right, create and start. You guys jumped the gun a little bit. It's early bird, but not like early bird. There we go. NASpace, I think, might have been the first in today. NASpace is just, he's fired up in Kansas City. I don't know, do we get any Kansas City Royal prospects? Do they have any prospects? I don't know, Royals fan. I didn't catch every single card. I was prepping. I was getting ready. All right, we have lots of entries in so far. We'll leave that running for a little bit. Good to see you guys again, here to get some drops. We're going to do a lot of different things today. And as I like to do, I like to see if you guys have what it takes. Do you have what it takes to beat the Hound in a perfect draft? Because if you do, there's another 5 packs on the line. You see the tournament. If you want to get in, go to Perfect Draft, best of 5, 7 final, ID 138. Make sure you join the right one. It's not a speed draft, so you don't have 5 minutes or 7 minutes or 10 minutes. You have the full 20-minute clock if you need it. And in honor of future legends, we got a little bit of a twist for today's selection of cards. You have to select only future legends that show up. And again, I'm just taking your word for it that you'll take a future legend because we can't prove it. However, the second part we can prove round one. After round one, you can only take cards with an F or an L in their name on the card. So cool Papa Bell, you can take. He's got an L. Babe Ruth, Babe Ruth, FL. No, you can't take a Babe Ruth if there was a Babe Ruth in the game. So first name, middle name, last name, whatever name they're showing on the card, you can take that if it's a future legend or has an F and an L in the card. Declare in the chat that you're in. VR Mind, they might have 0 in the top 100. Yeah, the Royals might. So if you're in the bounty, declare that you're in. Remember, the giveaway is on right now. Exclamation enter, exclamation ticket. But you have to be here when I draw the name. Otherwise, we will draw someone else. All right, what are we looking at here? Again, trivia coming up a little bit later as well. If you want to get involved in the trivia, stay tuned for that, revolving around today's releases. And the Matrix, postponed from Tuesday. We have the Matrix running today because OOTP 25 has a partnership with the Baseball Hall of Fame. This year, I've incorporated the Hall of Fame into my Matrix series. So we are taking one Hall of Fame pitcher from the past, one Hall of Fame hitter from the past, and one TWIP card from a recent release. We're putting them all in the Matrix, playing in 2024 with the same team. And that team today will be the Cincinnati Reds. Gorgo is in the house. We're going to put 3 players from the past on the Cincinnati Reds. That will be Mordecai Brown, Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer. Jackie Robinson is our TWIP representative, and our hitting representative from the Hall of Fame is Sam Crawford. So we got 2 dead ball era players with Jackie Robinson playing on the 2024 Cincinnati Reds. So there'll be a 10-pack giveaway contest for that. The form is not live yet. So once we're ready to go, I'll post the form. And I recommend you don't fill it out until I show you the ratings of these players, because some of the questions you might want to see how they're rated in the game and where they are in the lineup. All right, that will come up in a few minutes' time. First round, you can draft anyone, Brent, if you're in the bounty. Round 1, you can draft whichever player you want. I don't want to penalize you if you don't get a future legend or an F or an L card. So any perfect you want in round 1. Are we full yet, gang? Do we have a full bounty? We are full. 16 out of 16 teams. That means I better draft now because the timer has started. Yes, you can't wait too long when the tournament fills. I will not get my full 20 minutes. Again, to win the bounty packs, you have to knock me out of the tournament. And you know what? In honor of the F and the L, let's go with Ed Delahanty. Part of our trivia questions a little bit later. Well, maybe not an answer, but he is a choice. Ed Delahanty. Let's take you. This is a modern era, regular settings. Again, best of 5 until you get to the finals. It's not who wins the tournament. If you win the tournament, you get the in-game packs. You have to defeat me, knock me out of the tournament. So you're hoping you get matched up against me in round 1 or 2. Rules for the draft, Brent. If someone future legends don't need an F or an L. It can just be a future legend. If someone in the draft wants to put the rules, I can pin it in the chat so I don't have to go back to that slide. Any perfect card you want. And then after that, every card you choose has to either be a future legend or have an F or an L in their name on the card. First name, middle name, last name, whatever name's on the card. Okay, here we go. Oh, we got to give our first round of applause. Grizz, you seem to pull good packs good cards when you're watching the stream. I've seen you post good cards frequently. Congratulations, Grizz, pulling a James Wood 99 overall diamond from the pack. Way to go. Thank you, Ollie. I will pin that to the chat. There we go. So if you're drafting right now, that is the draft rules. Okay, let's get back to it before my timer runs out. S or FL, Sid Fernandez. Todd Helton. Helton I can take. We'll go with Helton. I don't know if the new future legends will be in this draft. I don't know if they get in the drafts at the moment that they're put in the card shop. Maybe. We'll find out soon. So Todd Helton gets in. Minerva, good to see you, lurking from work. They should be, yeah. Usually they put them in right away, but I don't know if they put it in with a tournament that someone has entered already and fired up. I don't know. Tony Fernandez. There's an F or an L. Carl Taylor, a lot of Carls in the game here. Carl Reynolds. Let's go with Tony. I don't want the clock to run out. There we go. All right. We have one of the future legends. So I'm going to take him. This was a card we showed off on stream with EBC earlier today. So you have to take future legends or cards that have an F or an L in their name, like Tim Foley. F or L. Might be tough getting some catchers. We'll take that one since I can. Frankie with an F. FL. Got a first baseman. Well, let's take Lynn Larry. He's got the double L. Eddie Watts. Cannot take. Well, and for Gorgo, since the Reds are the theme today, let's take Ellie De La Cruz, current stolen base leader in Major League Baseball. That's a lot of shortstops, though. Enough with the shortstops lap. Dutch Leonard and Corey. Yeah. I want to make sure I get enough pitchers here with F or L. Mike Timlin and Lynn. Not even looking at ratings because I don't know how much time I have in this draft. Colby Lewis and Doyle Alexander. Jameson, a really good silver pitcher. I always look for him in the 6L. When you do that one silver round in the 6L, I'm always looking for Jameson because he's performed well in that tournament. And we'll go with my second catcher. I have two catchers. All right. Not a speed draft, lots of time. Right. However, I entered the draft once it was full. Once the draft fills, if you wait 10 minutes to go draft, you don't have 20 minutes. I think the 20-minute timer starts as soon as the draft fills up. So always be careful of that. Don't assume you're going to have the full 20 minutes. We'll go Paul Blair. And if you can't pick someone because no one qualifies, just draft anyone and then you have to bench them. They have to go on your reserve or bench them for like 60 days. Walt and Blair. Larry. Every team needs a Larry. And Paul. I want to make sure I get enough pitchers because I don't want to be left on the last round with no pitchers available. So I've got 9 pitchers so far. Guess we should try and get a couple one. Mark Hill, Jake Westbrook. All seems a pretty good one. Third baseman, Rico. Really good bronze card. Rico Petrocelli. And this guy's got to have an L, right? All those letters. There it is. Peter. Any Fs for pitchers? F's for pitchers. Joey Wentz, Ryan Thompson, Jake Westbrook, Doc McJames. Nope. All right. This is the luck of the draw here because you have to take 5 players. Question is, how many are going to be able to qualify here? Anyone with an F or an L. Michael, Lenny, Ray, Zach, Oscar. Okay, so I've got a few options here. Jack, Ted. Let's go with Ted. And I got 10 pitchers, so I want probably 2 more. So Zach Kelly, Michael Rucker. Let's go Michael Rucker. And probably a right fielder. There we go. Make sure I've got 1 pitcher. That gives me 11. We'll take off the shortstop, and we'll take the other pitcher. Center field, Walker. Garcia plays center. Okay, I think we're good. If you're in the draft, please declare that you're in if you haven't done that, just so I know that you're actually in chat and just not someone randomly that has joined. And once you drafted your team and set everything up, please do a double check because otherwise I'd have to disqualify you if I come up against you and you beat me, knock me out. You got to double check all your players are either future legends or have an F or an L in their name or future legend. Double check in mine. Good, good, good. Except your perfect card. Your perfect card can be anyone you want. All right, I have met the conditions. Laptop Hound is ready to go. Team compliant. We'll just set openers just in case. You know what? Let's go with a tactician. Except let's crank these down. Okay, exit out. Tournament has not fired off yet. Should be any second. If you did make any changes, once it fires off, you should probably head back in before the first game and make sure it didn't change things around that you wanted. And always just go to my opener lineups, and just by habit, I put these in. Do I have backups everywhere? I do. Well, Nick, you're a new card today. You're my only future legend. We're going to put you in against the lefties. You already are. Okay, good. You're against the righties and the lefties. So I don't want you backing up. Never have a guy back up 2 positions when he's a starter. You don't want to do that, especially in longer tournaments. So if you have a guy that's starting, especially on both sides of the plate, you kind of want to make sure they're not your utility one. Anyone else, that's an issue there. Delahanty and Laurie. Good. And I think we're good there. De La Cruz, Delahanty, Wilmont. Well, Chavo, as Chavo likes to do, Chavo is saying, you know what, Lap? Let's mute these people for 10 minutes. So emote chat is on. Thank you for putting that on. Don't cut the D Block Dragon. The timer has started. So at 2:40 Eastern. Baffle, good to see you. Saw you, as I mentioned yesterday. Baffle, was it you that was streaming? Or was it a dub? Saw one of you guys streaming. One of you was streaming, either Baffle or A Dub. Okay, we will exit out. Did you guys get any future legends? That's what I want to know. Were you able to draft a future legend? I got one. So again, if you're new to OOTP, drops are on. We've got a giveaway going on, exclamation enter, exclamation ticket. If you've already entered, no need to enter again. It is still going on. And I'll put out the matrix form a little bit later for your chance to win 10 packs. How can they tell me? With an emote. I don't know which emote. Some emote. Put in one of the dog emotes if you pulled the future legend. Plus, if you're a subscriber to the channel, you get to chat. Just like Don't Cut the D-Block Dragon. Just like Naspace. If you see people talking and going, how come you muted me, Lap? Well, I'm not picking on you. It's just one of the features of being a subscriber. You get VIP status and you get to chat during mute only. All right, a few little odds and ends coming up after the break. We'll make our draw. Break number 1 is on. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Go refill your beverage. All right, so back here after the break. Again, welcome all in, everyone. OOTP 25 Laptop Pound here, and emote only chat is on right now, except for the VIP members. And the way I do with my subscribers, when you subscribe to the channel, you get ad-free, and also I make you a VIP. Sometimes it takes me a while. If you're a new subscriber, I may not have granted you that access yet. Kitty Poo Poo, you now have access, as well as Larry Bob 48. Larry Bob 48, thank you for the subscription recently. And you have VIP access as well. You should see a little VIP badge beside your name. Again, I usually update those every couple of weeks. So if you're a newer subscriber and you don't have VIP access yet, you will soon. So welcome to the channel. Thank you to the follows during the pre-TWIP show. I didn't get a chance to shout these out, but there were a few people that followed when EVC and I were on earlier. College Park 09, welcome. Spitzen 81. Splitzen not Spitzen, because that would be rude. Splitzen. Are you a gymnastic? Do you do gymnastics? That's what I think of when I see your name, Splitzen. We've got a Star Trek fan. Nimoy is in the chat. At least he was 2 hours ago. Welcome, Nimoy. Dark11247. Thank you. Bum Mahoney. Come on, take it easy on yourself. I'm sure it's not that bad. Bum Mahoney, thank you for the follow. Mochi McSushi. Mochi. I think that's how you say hello in Japanese, isn't it? Mochi. I think so. Mochi, hello McSushi. At your McDonald's, in Asia, do they actually have sushi at your McDonald's? We have poutine up here in Canada at our McDonald's. Do you have it there? And I know you're on emote only chat for a few more minutes, but keep that thought in mind. Sir Cyrus the dog. You're not Cyrus the Great. You're Cyrus the dog. Welcome to the pound. And Ronathan. I'm going to go with Ronathan. Thank you, Ronathan, for the follow, as well as a few follows during the stream once we came back over here. Oh, man, a lot to read off here. We have Sykes, Sai 0043. If your username ends in 0043, thank you for the follow. Technique 74, very clever use on the letters. Technique 74. Bauer Power, I know that as a hockey fan. Bauer skates. Bauer Power 9. We've got these names that are tough to read. BT Bomber, that's easy. Coach Culp 24. We've got Leo Creed. TJ Gamer _1. By the way, TJ Lowerman, Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern on OOTP Developments. Get your official drops from TJ Lowerman. We've got Twins Win 99. And that is it. And we've got a couple Pound Biscuits requests. One of them is from a Star Trek fan, I believe. Let me just double check there. Yeah, Baffle is sending this out to one of our newest followers, Nimoy. So Nimoy, enjoy this from Baffle.
Shut up, Spock! It's worse than that. He's dead, Jim. It's worse than that. He's dead, Jim.
It's life, Jim, but not as we know it. Not as we know it. Not as we know it. It's life, Jim, but not as we know it. Not as we know it. Captain.
Yeah, a little bit of Star Trekking. And we also have some dog fans in the house. Machia Pet says, Lap, you're the hound, but you don't give enough love to the dogs. So bring the kids into the room, put the dance shoes on, and let's appreciate all of our dogs in this world. You did. Machia. All right, a few thank yous, a few little clips. Who let the dogs out? I thought, boiled egg, you weren't feeling well. I mean, you're feeling well enough to type 9 characters. Usually it's only 6, a WTF with 3 exclamation marks. Here we have 9, so you must be feeling better. Good. More chicken soup for you, boiled egg. Okay, what else do we got? Also, speaking of boiled egg, he does his franchise hockey manager a few nights a week, and we do our hockey show every once in a while. We are back because it's NHL playoffs. My Oilers lost in overtime last night. Talk about WTF, boiled egg. How can my Oilers with McDavid and Draisaitl lose to a team like the Los Angeles Kings? Unacceptable. Oh, at home. So that series is tied up at 1. check out our next podcast right here on Twitch, 9:30 Eastern, Sunday, May the 5th, after round one is over. Also, if you missed it on Tuesday, cards, caps, and combinators. Yes, don't cut the D block. I were in the classroom on Tuesday, and we gave you some beginner advice on how to deal with iron cap tournaments, dealing with combinator cards, and looking at the NEL lower level cards that came out last week. So if you want to check that out, it's on the VOD, the Tuesday broadcast with D Block. Great insight from D Block as always. And again, you can check him out on Twitch. He streams in the mornings, North American time. So if you want to check out D Block, there is the link to his channel. Yesterday, he was talking about team chemistry and a few other things. So check out his VODs if you want. And speaking of D Block, back by popular request, a favorite guest of mine from OOTP 23 and 24, Mr. Black. Mr. Black is back. You've probably come across him in bronze tournaments. He's qualified for the PTCS quite a bit, and he's in the top 10 of one of the PTCS levels right now. He is going to join a roundtable with myself and D Block on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern, right after EVC. Yes, Mr. Black, the dog from the reservoir, he is going to be back on the channel. Look forward to that. And he'll give you some updates on his sliders. He's done some videos on the past. They're on my YouTube channel where he recommends different sliders for different eras of tournaments. Dead ball, the 1940s, the 1980s, defensive era, all that kind of stuff. So if you want some advice on slider information, he's one of the best out there. And yeah, there are some things that you might raise an eyebrow, like Spock does, raising the eyebrow to, like his intentional walk settings. However, he's tested it. He's had success with it. And if you want to find out some of the sliders to use, check out the VODs. Look up on the YouTube channel, type in Mr. Black, and there's 3 or 4 videos there from OOTP 24. Are you a curler, Beck dog? If you prefer sweeping, I got a good Canadian curling team you can join, because that's all they do. That's why I was never skip. I was always jealous of the skips on curling teams, because they would go sweep hard, harder. Well, they would, stand at the back holding their broom, smoking a cigarette. That's what my skips always did. We'd be like, sweep, sweep. Yes. Curling with Lap coming to a Twitch channel near you with my special guest, Boiled Egg 1974. Boiled Egg, come on. Have you curled in the past? D-Block, Germany had curls a lot, right? Up there in northern Germany? Have you ever curled before? That's right, music lesson. Hooray! Hooray! All right. Official news. If you missed it this morning, Dishnet, our wonderful hype man. Follow Dishnet as well. Shout out Dishnet. Dishnet. He was doing some Mario Golf, I think, yesterday. Dishnet 34. There you go. Yeah, he's not only OOTP's hype man, he has his own personal channel where he plays Mario Golf. He does some Power Pros. He's does some broadcasting for the Power Pros, or the I don't know what, esport or whatever kind of league it's in. I'm sorry, I don't understand all the leagues that are out there, but he does a great job. I mean, the way he broadcasts games is unique, and check out his channel for more. Dishnet. Also, he's on Saturday on the Showdowns at around 8 p.m. Eastern time, and starting last week, he started broadcasting the Perfect Team World Series. So usually between 6 and 7 Eastern on Sundays, you can catch Dish with the World Series and get your official drops there too. Is this patch in the forums? It should be, because there's a link to it right there. I can't copy and paste this link because it's a picture, But yeah, if you go to the forum, you should be able to find the patch. And if you're on Steam, it should automatically do that. If you downloaded the beta, if you have the beta, the latest beta, you don't need to update because the beta basically is the update. So it should say at the bottom of your Perfect Team main screen, it should say 25.3.58. If that's what it says, then you're all updated. Okay, what else? Under general discussions. Thanks, IDub. Head out to the Briar with your Timmies and your corn broom and have lots of alcohol because the curlers I curled with always enjoyed their alcohol. I think for many guys I curled with, drinking was primary, curling was secondary. Only in Canada, eh? All right. Also, if you're not aware and you're new to OOTP, there is a mobile version. It does cost $9.99 American. However, that allows you to access your Perfect Team anywhere. And for $9.99, you can enter your tournaments. You can build a roster, all those kind of things. Again, it is a bare bones version of the desktop version. You can still play some base game seasons. And like I said, for $9.99, the price of a cup of coffees, you can make your life easier and not have to, start up your desktop to get into those bronze quicks that fill up in 5 minutes time. You can set your alarm as soon as it fires off, go on OOTP Go, boom, enter the tournament. And not like me, get frustrated that, what? It just fired off 10 minutes ago. How come it's full already? We need a bronze mid-afternoon in North American firing time. 5 a.m. is just way too early for this hound. I'm on Mountain Standard Time. Also, if you like stats, if you're a stat nerd, you can head over to StatHead and use the code LaptopHound, save 20% off the baseball annual subscription or the all sports, hockey, football, basketball, curling. You can save 20% that off as well. So if you like looking up stats, that is the site you can go to. You don't pay $80, you're going to save 20%. You don't pay $160, you'll save 20%. Again, you get the first month free. You can try it out for a month and cancel after that. Or if you choose to keep it, you will be one of the coolest kids in OOTP because you'll just be able to fire facts off like that, like EVC. And a little bit later, we are paying tribute to one of my favorite versions of OOTP because of the platinum cards. Not my favorite version because Dave Steeb only had one card in the game and it was a limited edition silver. Yes, that was a sad year for Dave Steeb in OOTP 23. But it had my favorite releases ever in Perfect Team, and that was the Platinum cards. I just love those cards. We'll take a look at OOTP, pay some tribute, because Sunday is the last day on the servers. You can still play the game, the beta version, but you won't be able to access your Perfect Team on OOTP 23. So once again, if you see Cavacom, please send him your best wishes. Please check in on him once in a while, because he always streamed OOTP 23. Yeah. 5L and a 6L update. We're getting close to the end of April, folks. Both tournaments are played without the DH, which is kind of nice, but also kind of hurts when you get Kitty and Jake in the same round or in either round. One's at Skydome, Toronto Blue Jays, of course, and one's at Jarry Park, the Montreal Expos. And both of these, you can qualify to win 20 standard packs at the end of the month. I give out 20 standard packs. Well, OOTP does, but I facilitate giving it out for each tournament. All you have to do is finish at the top of the leaderboard. And right now in the 5L leaderboard, Rich Rock Are you here? Rich Rock. Speak now. Are you here? The Mill Basin Yankees, run by Rich Rock, are currently leading the 5L tournament. They have a 6-point lead over the Slammers and the Worker Bees. And last night's 6L was a barn burner. Scooties. Scooties, are you in the chat? Are you here, Scooties? Because Scotia Scooties, a team that beats me frequently, they won the 6L in Game 7 of the finals, playing the Bay Area Bling. And I have to say, both of them have cool logos. I mean, very cool. But the Scotia Scooties had to score 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th in Game 7. Yeah, what a barn burner that was. And here is your 6L update. Macad Car, the Macabre Shea, 12 points lead, 12 points, 2-point lead over myself. Spore also tied with me in second place. And then we have Rich Rock's Yankees at 9 points. The Dodgers at 8. There's that Bay Area Bling with 7. And D King, Seminoles, the Blue Void, the Vikings have 7 points as well. So that's a much closer race in the 6L. How are they different? Well, one different is the era. One's in the power era. One's in the 1970s. And the other difference is that the 6L, you get 1 round of silver. Round 1 is low silver cards to choose from. So just changing it up a little bit between the two tournaments. And the showdown that we had yesterday, I want to shout out the winners of the community showdown. 10 packs were awarded to 7 Arrows, whose 1908 Chicago Cubs defeated Osbone's Royals. And also 10 packs went out to Johnny P, because he selected a 1976 Reds, who defeated the 1994 Montreal Expos. So those were our 2 matchups. Again, we play best of 3 matchups, and whichever manager wins their matchup, they get 10 packs and they move on to the next round. So we already have quite a few teams that have advanced to round number 2, including Pop Stongoria, Minerva, IBDB2U, Sav 510, and of course yesterday's winners, Johnny P and the 7 Arrows. And I have to give some credit to GT Sundown, who's in the chat. If you missed it, we do a giveaway where you have to predict the winners, and there were 4 questions and 2 tiebreaker questions. And GT Sundown got all 6 questions exactly right, including the 2 tiebreakers, which was how many runs are scored in Series 1 and how many runs are scored in Series 2. 17 in round 1, 26 in round 2. He even got those perfect. GT, you are just the perfect person. Now, would you get me up to the majors in EMLB? Come on, man. Come on. I'm sweating there in AAA. What do you want from me, man? I want to see my name in lights. I want to hear FKN Commish say, "Up to plate, Glenn Streamer from the Montreal Expos." Yes, the G in Sundown stands for either good timing or genius. I'm thinking more good timing. And the Packs Only League, if you're unfamiliar, I run a Packs Only organization where I organize a friend list and I try to get all the Packs Only managers in the same leagues at their level. And if you want to get in on that, go join my Discord and sign up, especially if you're starting a new team, because if you get OOTP Go, you get 1 free Perfect Team account. So where is it? This one right here. If you purchase this for $10, you get a free Perfect Team account, which you can access from your desktop as well once you set it up. And that allows you to possibly become a Packs Only team. We've got 113 teams. You cannot buy anything off the card shop ever. Do not buy anything off the card shop. Not to finish missions, not to build tournament teams. You can only play with cards that you pull in packs or missions you complete from cards that you pulled in packs. So if you want to get involved with that, we have 113 teams, including 3 teams in Diamond. B, Phil B, Steiny, and Tetsuiji are our 3 Diamond representatives. So go, 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 go. Congratulations go out to you guys in Diamond. As a packs only team. That's tough to do. All right. Yes. Okay. When we come back, we are going to do our early bird draw, and then we're going to send out the contest form for the Matrix. So stay tuned. You have to be here to win. So make sure you're around in a couple minutes after the break. Back in 2. All right, we are back. And just before I make the draw, as I read through the comments on the break, I saw some comments by KJP, I think it was, KJP, talking about the 2 tournaments. My favorite era, I like the 90s simply because I do better in that one. I have a lot more success in the power. So maybe I've got a better handle on sliders and the profile of card to use for that era. I do like the 80s defensive era, but I do much better in the 6L. So that's why I'm in second place right now. And even in other non-L tournaments, I do better in ones that are set in the 90s. When I was in some of the pop-up tournaments that were set in the 90s, I usually made it to, deeper into the tournament, got much better handle. And if you can't get the sliders, really recommend you tune in on Saturday when Mr. Black is here. Like, I think he'll really give you some good information for different eras and the sliders that he uses. And just keep with it. Just keep fighting and keep drafting, and eventually you'll get there. Eventually you'll get some success. Just soak it all in like a sponge. Don't be afraid to ask questions. All right, closing off the draw in right now. 83 entries do we have in the chat? Again, you got to be here to win. Let's see. We got to give it a little bit of a drum roll. Our winner is well, here's a name I haven't seen before. and it's a long name. Jerzacinator. All right, Jerzacinator. Are you here in the chat? You got to be here to win. Jerzacinator. And also send me a whisper. There you are. So Jerzacinator, click on my name right there and just it says whisper. Click on that, and in that whisper, let me know what your perfect team username is. And I will make sure that gets sent along to those that give out the packs. Congratulations on the 5-pack victory. Okay, let's go check in on the bounty. The bounty is fired off. Game 1 is already done. Game 2 is about to be done. And friends of Chuck, A. Gordon, 1109. If you're in the chat, say hi. Looks like you're a Baltimore Oriole fan. And friends of Chuck, I am up 1-0 on you. I don't think I've ever seen you in the bounties before. So welcome all in. Here are your bounty matchups for today. Starting on the right side of the bracket, we have the Black Knights run by Ollie North. Ollie North is taking on those Manchester Camels. Thistle Droid. Good to see you back in the chat again, Thistle. D King, currently in the top 10 in the 6L with his Seminoles. He is taking on those Wingnuts. With a name like Court Jester, you got to be a wingnut. Oh, yeah. The Washtenaw Wingnuts against the Seminoles. We have the Long Beach All-Stars, T. Prendergast, and his All-Stars are looking to take out the Regina Monarchs and Vector 22222. The Monarchs have a 1-game lead, and Brent's Boise Bees from Idaho, after a Game 1 victory by Doc Ellis, they are taking on Fussmucker 3 and the Pack Attack. Cade Horton, 99, loses to Doc Ellis in game number 1. On the right side of the bracket, we have the Fighting Vegans, run by the Fighting Vegans. They have won their first game against Valens Indy Arrows. Hank Robinson takes a loss for the Arrows. We have the Little Mowers coming off a loss from Claude Raymond, Canadian. They are taking on the AW or Bees. And the Bees win game 1. And with that, we have the second game in already. First few rounds are best of 5. The finals are best of 7. And we've got the Las Vegas Silver Sox. Definitely not a gnome. Do not call this person a gnome. Do not call them a gnome. 2 minutes too late. Yes, I've heard that. 2 minutes too late. There is your Mario Death Effect, Mr. W. Norris. And they have some work to do because this up-and-comer, this new kid on the block, Baffle 99 and his Lumber have a 2-0 lead. Medlin and Miller with the 2 wins so far. And finally, I have a 2-0 lead over Friends of Chuck. So Friends of Chuck, if you want to win, you got to reverse sweep me now. But I got to just do a quick check of Friends of Chuck. Make sure you're compliant. You did have to bench your... Why? You don't have to bench your perfect. Unless you choose to. Your first round was a free round. You got to pick any player you want. Get Spencer in there if you can. Yeah, the perfect round, you got any player. I mean, I'll take it, but you didn't have to bench him. Freddie. Now, this guy is a future legend. He qualifies. Good. Welsh, Borkelman. Good. Lots of L's. L's is a very popular letter. 26 letters, and this one is popular for today's draft. Brady House is a future legend. And I don't know, can you when a tournament starts, can you take a guy off the reserve roster if you drafted him? I've never tried that before. Evan Carter? Because if you can, he should be your game 3 starter. D King says you don't think you can? Yeah, if it that's why it's probably better just to bench them for 60 days because you can always take off the bench component of it. But yeah, that is unfortunate, friends of Chuck. 2-game lead also for chance of sweeping. Look at this left side of the bracket. We have really good managers on this left side of the bracket because we just excel. The Vegans, the Bees, myself, and the Lumber Company, all with chances to sweep. And over on the right side, we have the Knights and the Monarchs up to, and the Bees, Pack Attack, Seminoles, Wingnuts are tied up at 1. All right. We will let that go a little bit. Let me just spam a bronze tournament here while I got it up. And hey, the weekend is almost here. Yay. Weekend, NHL playoffs, Major League Baseball, NBA playoffs. If you're a sports fan, it's a good time to be a sports fan. Lots to choose from. All right, before I send out the giveaway form for the Matrix, we are going to give you guys a few of the rules here. And trivia as well will be coming up later. So stay tuned for that. We'll award 5 packs to 2 different people based on how you do in the trivia. EBC's pick to click his bunk. How many did he get right, folks? I didn't see all the cards that were presented. How many of these cards came out today? I know for sure Job, Mead, and Hurt. Did we get a Rodriguez or a Montgomery? Yeah, the NFL draft as well. You're a big NFL fan. Thank you, Matt Gervais. Hope I pronounced that right. Matt Gervais 32. You sound like you might be from Canada, eh? Bonjour. Comment ça va? Seeing no EVC accountability here. I know he got at least 3. I'm pretty sure Job, Mead, and Hurt. So if you picked a letter with or a player with 4 letters in his last name, he probably came out today. Who did I pick today as my locks? Who were Lap's locks today? Who are my locks? Lap, yes. For the 3rd week in a row, Lap's locks have come through. I said James Wood, Jackson Job. Again, 2 of the higher end prospects, so there's a good bet on that, but I'll take it when I can get it. And both of those had some really good cards come out today. One of them was a mission card, and as Grizz polled earlier, the 99 Diamond James Wood. There they are right there. Jackson and James are now in the game. I just wonder how many of you have finished any of these missions so far. Everyone's scrambling. And just like last year, these are game changers. A lot of these cards that came out today are game changers. They are going to move the needle on a lot of teams. I'm curious on Sunday during the World Series, how many of these future legend cards are going to make their way into the lineup. I'm going to guess for the finals, each team has at least 4. At least 4. 3 to 4. Yeah. So, yeah, we did the giveaway for the early bird. Now we're going to get the form kicked off here for the Matrix 10 packs. All you got to do is predict to get these right. And let me go through and show you, give you a little information before you predict. So I love doing the Matrix series because that allows me to get some of the players from the past into the current environment. 2024, last year it was the Babe in the Matrix. So Babe Ruth played on all major league teams in 2024, everything from Arizona all the way down to Washington. And he didn't win a World Series. None of the teams that he played for in the 30 weeks that we did that had he won a World Series. None, which was shocking. I thought he would get one with one of the better 2024 teams, not even with the Dodgers or Atlanta. This year, it's Hall of Fame because OOTP has signed the agreement with the Hall of Fame. So I thought it'd be fun to bring it into the Matrix. And I want to always add a TWIPed card as well. So last week, the NEL set came out. And in that NEL set was a certain fan favorite named Jackie Robinson. So Jackie Robinson is in the Matrix today. This is the 30-year-old Jackie Robinson. Here you see what his ratings look like from the base game, imported into the 2024 environment. So again, when you're answering your questions on the Google form, take a good look there. In real life, when he was 30 years old, he had 342, 203 hits, career high, 7.7 WAR. So that's the Jackie that we're playing with. And then we import a Hall of Fame hitter and a Hall of Fame pitcher. So first of all, let's look at the pitcher. We spun the wheel of all Hall of Fame pitchers, and it landed on Mordecai Brown. Again, one of the meta pitchers from last year. Came out late in the game. Everyone wanted the Mordecai Brown on their team. This is what he looks like as a 31-year-old. So Mordecai Brown, 31 years old, had a 20-6 dead ball record with a 1.39 ERA and a 5.7 WAR. So Mordecai Brown, lots of control, and he will be in the Matrix. You'll notice that the game currently has him as the number one. He is the ace on the Reds. Again, I let the AI handle where they put players. If they want to send them down, call players up, that's all done by the AI. I am not even the manager of the team. Our Hall of Fame hitter playing on the Reds this week is 26-year-old Sam Crawford. Woo! Can't wait till we get him in perfect team. One of my favorite players from the dead ball era, Sam Crawford, as a 26-year-old. Here he is, played for Detroit, but also had a few years in Cincinnati. So I chose Cincinnati because you see Sam Crawford, 4 years, and you also see Mordecai right here, 1 year. So it was the team that kind of best fit because they didn't both play on Chicago or both play in Detroit. So that's why I went with the Reds. So that's what you have to work with. Here is the Cincinnati Red lineup. Again, Mordecai Brown, because one of the questions is predicting how many wins they'll get. They already have a 2-1 record because I start at April 1st, real life schedule. They were 2-1. And in terms of the hitters, the game has Sam Crawford hitting third against the lefties and righties, and Jackie Robinson hitting cleanup, at least to start the season. So using that information, if you want to enter the contest, all you have to do in just a second here, let me find it. All you have to do is in the chat, type in, one person can type in exclamation matrix. If you type in exclamation matrix, it should bring up the Google form. And it should look like this. where you put in whether you think they're going to make the playoffs. Will they make the World Series? How many wins are they going to get as a team? How many RBIs will Jackie Robinson get on the Cincinnati Reds? And how many wins, regular season wins for Mordecai Brown? How many hits for Sam Crawford? And then we have a couple tiebreakers. And GT Sundown, let's see if you can go. How many questions do we have? 8 questions. GT, you've got 6 in a row so far. Let's see how long you can keep the streak going. All right, I'll hit a break here while you guys are filling that out. Again, 1 response per person. Make sure you kind of read over the qualifiers here to see how I determine the winner. And we'll be back in 2 minutes' time. Get those entry forms in. All right, we are back, and we are back with a little bit of trivia. Yes, it is time. Again, I'll give you about 10 more minutes to fill out your form if you want to enter the Matrix giveaway. We've got 21 responses so far. Winner will get 10 packs. Jackie Robinson, Sam Crawford, and Mordecai Brown all playing for the 2024 Cincinnati Reds. Can they bring the Reds a World Series championship? We will find out a little bit later. But first, we're going to do some trivia. And of course, with the trivia, we always award 5 packs to the winner. And also, we are awarding 5 packs to a random placer in trivia. So let me just open up the trivia app here first. If you haven't played trivia before, you have to connect your Twitch name to the trivia app, and you will do that by clicking on the little trivia kit icon on the right-hand side of the screen. You should see some instructions come up, but you need to connect your Twitch account to the trivia app right on the right-hand side. If you look at the wheel where the little arrow is there, that's kind of where you'll see that little quiz kit icon. Click that, go through, allow permissions, grant permissions to use your Twitch name, and that will get you qualified to try to win. So one let's see, one set of packs are going to go to whoever finishes first. And as we always do, we shuffle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The wheel will decide who gets the other set of packs. Well, there you go. You want to finish either first or seventh. Lucky number 7. Whoever ends up after the 13 questions, there are 13 questions. If you finish 7th, you will win 5 packs as well, as long as your Twitch name is connected. All right. So again, get the entry form in for the Hall of Fame meets Twipped in the Matrix. 22 responses. Type in exclamation matrix to bring up the form if you want to get that. Okay. Chat, are you ready for some trivia? Come on, let's see some emotes. I'm not starting trivia until I see that there's people here ready to play. Are you ready to play? Come on. Are you ready to try and come first or 7th? No? No? Do I need to start you guys up? Do I need to fire you up with a little bit of Mario? All right. You're fired up. Let's go. Come on. Trivia. How smart are you? Today's set, you really needed to watch Spore's stream, and you needed to watch my stream yesterday. Just a heads up, I always give one question from my Wednesday Community Showdown stream. This day in history. So you might have a little tough time on that, but hey, it might help you get to 7th place. All right, NC Pirate, VR Mind, Beck Dog needs more kitty. Yeah, maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see Kitty a little bit later. Maybe we'll hear from Kitty a little bit later on. All right, it is trivia time. Let's do this. Question number 1 should be popping up on your screen any second now. In the movie Back to the Future, that was a top grossing film in which year? 1983, 1985, 1987, or 1989? When did that film get released? Because you're saying, Lap, what does this have to do with today? Spore announced this as the Back to the Future set, the Future Legends. And Omega, you gotta, if you want to compete, you don't put the answer in the chat. You click on your screen. You should see the questions come up. Choose what you think the right response is. The quicker you are to ring in, the more points you get if you're right. However, if you're wrong, the quicker you ring in, the more points you lose. And if you choose not to answer it, you get 0, which could help you as well. Because yeah, better to have 0 than negative 20,000. 20,000 is the maximum because there's 20 seconds on the clock. So every second that counts down is 1,000 points less that you could win or lose if you're wrong. Okay. Popped up for you, working for you. Yeah, Sean, again, maybe refresh the screen. Sometimes, for some reason, it doesn't show up until the second question. But yeah, try refreshing, and if that doesn't work after the second question, maybe log out and back in again and see if it's there. Yeah, as Castanar said, sometimes it doesn't work when you refresh until question 2. All right, answers are in. Who saw this movie? You all did, right? How could you not see this movie? It was 1985. I remember that year extremely well. Yes, Marty McFly. And of course, made into 3 parts. All great movies. What a great series. And that movie almost did not get made. It went through a lot of rejections. Rejections, like multiple studios rejected this movie. And even the movie that finally did accept it, they rejected it the first time. Plus, they went through a lot of casting issues. They originally had a different actor to play McFly, which is hard to even imagine. They had different actress hired to play. Did you know, if you watch The Office, the girl in The Office, I think Pam is her name, she was the one originally cast to play Marty McFly's girlfriend. The things you learn on this channel. Yes, music lessons. That was the actor. I just can't see it. I can't see. He's more of a character actor, more of a dramatic, theater type of actor. They picked, I mean, you couldn't get anyone better. But there were other actors that tried out in 1985 for that movie too. So yeah, just a fantastic story. What was the what was the baseball team that Biff bet on because he looked in the book to win the World Series? And didn't they in real life come close to it as well? Like in that same year? I thought I read somewhere that the Cubs in the year that the book mentioned, like won the World Series or almost won the World Series or yeah, you guys know your Back to the Future. And James Woods was not cast in this movie. No, he was not an actor in this movie. Was it 2016 that the book projected the Cubs to win? Yeah, music. They did complete a lot of the film with the other actor. And then there was some sort of disagreement with the actor, and apparently they did want the guy they did eventually get. They wanted him at first, but because of his TV show, he couldn't quite commit to it. All right, let's show the scores here. Question 1 is in. You should see the scores pop up on your screen. Fussmucker, and then we have a lot of contestants. I hope when the second question comes up, it puts your username. So Fussmucker knew that one very quickly. Question number 2. Here it comes up. In Back to the Future, Doc Brown had a dog named Edison, Einstein, Arkwright, or Moses. What was the name of Doc Brown's dog in Back to the Future? Makes you want to rewatch that series. Just it's a show you could watch over and over and over again, a movie, especially now. Like it's been what, 30 more than 30 years later, just to kind of see what they got right in the years that he traveled to. Because when he went to the future, when did he go to, like 2018 or something like that? What was the year on the car? Well, as a kid watching the movie, I'm like, oh, I want to see how accurate this is when that year comes. Was it 2015, Beck Dog? Yeah, we don't have the flying hoverboards quite like they showed it in the movie. 2015, huh? Man, time flies. All right, answers are in. 17 of you got this. 6 of you got fooled. There were some of you going, oh, was it Edison or Einstein? Edison or Einstein, right? Right? Some of you were kind of conflicted there. The Twin Pines. Oh, another thing was, remember Marty McFly when he was talking to his parents, asked about a location about something? And they said, oh, it's down by Maple Street across from something. And because McFly was from the future, he said, well, that street doesn't exist anymore. There was a president, a name of a president What was the president's name of that new street that they renamed? Was it Kennedy? I guess it would have to be something from the 50s until 1985. So there's not many presidents that wasn't Gerald Ford Street? No. Richard Nixon Street? Kennedy would make sense. Okay, it looks like all the names came through there. Sean Saul, looks like you're back in the game. Come for the Fits. First one to answer correctly there. Kitty Poo Poo, I see on there. No Rager, Beck Dog. Okay, well, let's get on to some baseball content. There's our two tie-ins with Back to the Future. Question number 3. Harry Ford is a prospect of which team? Toronto, Arizona, Detroit, or the Seattle Mariners? Not Henry, who would probably play for Detroit or Dearborn. Yes, streamers, and they're mixing up names. Yeah. Wasn't that, did someone say that music lessons? Did they actually use that word, that exact phrase in the movie? Again, that was such a fun movie. I am a big fan of time travel movies or movies that go in different dimensions. That's why in Star Trek, if you're a Star Trek fan, time travel and time loops, I just love those episodes. What was that? The name of the episode Kelsey Grammer was in, where the next generation, they were in a time loop. And they just kind of like a Groundhog Day, I think, kind of thing. Does anyone remember the name of that episode? I got to rewatch that one. About Time, great movie. Yeah. Time travel, time loops, that's my favorite type of movie. Another one was Butterfly Effect. I think that's an old movie. Really enjoyed that one. Like those kind of movies that what if kind of situations. What if you could go back in time or into the future? Butterfly Effect was so depressing. All right, answers are in. Yeah, someone Googled the Kelsey Grammer Star Trek episode. Because if you're a Star Trek fan and you haven't watched The Next Generation, they did a lot of that kind of stuff. 21 people got this one correct. Cause and effect. Thank you, D-Block. Yes. Cause and effect. There we go. If you ever have nothing to do on a Thursday night, go watch that episode. Even if you're not a Star Trek fan, just go watch that episode. Future Frasier, right? Yeah. A lot of actors, a lot of Star Trek actors that went on to other roles kind of got a start in Star Trek as kind of cameo one episode kind of things. Beck. Come on, Beck. Come on. Tried to get him a girlfriend. Use appropriate terms here, Beck. Okay. Speaking of Beck Dog, 9th place on that question. So after 3 questions, contestant 361, whoever you are, you need to connect your name to your account because I can't award you packs as contestant 361. As much as I might trust you to give me the correct information, you got to connect your account to your Twitch name. Question 4. Mason Wynn is Fangraph's 25th ranked prospect. What is his primary position from the Fangraph site? Is it catcher, second base, third base, or shortstop? Primary position for Mason Wynn. Borg, yeah. I mean, the episodes with the Borg. I mean, back then when you didn't have streaming services and shows would have cliffhangers every season, the best of both worlds, where you had Picard, on the Borg ship at the end of one season, and then you had to wait all summer for Best of Both Worlds 2. That was rough. As a Star Trek fan, that was rough. I mean, now when streaming services put the entire season on, they still have cliffhangers because you just end off one season with the cliffhanger till the next batch comes out. But yeah, Best of Both Worlds, that may be the best two-part episode on Star Trek. Like in the history of Star Trek. That might be the best two-parter. Locutus of Borg. And then, well, I guess no spoilers, but please don't put spoilers because some people have not watched Picard yet. But I mean, Picard met with a lot of different characters in Star Trek. He meets up with a lot of characters again in the series Picard. I think it was on for 3 seasons. So hopefully you got your Twitch count connected there for you, Matthew. Any Q episode, I agree. Q was one of my favorite characters. I mean, a lot of Star Trek fans agree on the same things, like best episodes, best characters. From the original series, Tribbles has to be in the top 10 of original series episodes. What's the one where they went back to the 40s? Joan Collins from Dynasty was in it. City, Forever City, something to do with City and Forever. City that goes on forever. I don't know. Something to do with City and Forever. That was really good. Thank you, Little Green. Yes, City on the Edge of Forever. That was a fantastic one. I'm partial to the Gorn. I like the Gorn lizard dinosaur character. So I thought that was a fun one. The one with where they had their alternate universe with them having beards on. And of course with Khan, right? The first appearance of Khan. The original Gorn with the best fight ever with Shatner. Yeah. Well, can we use best and Shatner in the same sentence? Like, really? Can we? Space Seed? Mirror, Mirror? Yeah. Amok Time? And even the pilot, right? That didn't have Shatner, that had Christopher Pike in it as the original pilot. Like, I like that one. That was, I think, a two-parter. Something to do with a cage. I can't always remember the full title, but I remember pieces of the title. He is a Canadian treasure. Yeah, he is definitely. He must be in his late 80s by now. Yeah. Star Trek. Gotta love it. Okay, between Star Trek questions, we've got trivia. Next up. Atlanta prospect Smith Shawver. What was his first initials? Was it AJ, BJ, CJ, or DJ? Apparently, you can add any letter to J and it makes sense. Smith Shawver. What is his first name initials that they use in the top 100 prospects? Sharks boy, is he 93 already? Whew. 93. Okay, question number 5. Results are in. You guys know your future prospects. 20 of you got this one right. So right now it's a matter of who answers the quickest, because that's where you maximize your points, by answering the quickest. But there are a couple tougher questions coming up soon. After 5 questions, Fussmucker in the lead with 75,000. We have the Calculus Club in the house in second place. Kitty Poo Poo. Kitty is in third. Dukeston in fourth. And in the 7th spot right now, that sweet 7 for 5 packs is No Razor in 7th place. Remember, packs for first and packs for 7th. You can't see the trivia? Yeah, try refreshing. You should be able to see it. And again, if you haven't entered the Matrix contest, time is running out in the Matrix. There it is right there. Fill that out. All right, question number 6. Again, we have our Canadian content coming up halfway through this time, not at the very end. So very, very soon, you're going to see your Canadian content. Which top 100 prospect is not listed as a starting pitcher? Hampton, Casey, Chandler, or Jones? Which top prospect is not a pitcher? And on behalf of Little Green, who could have easily requested Star Trek, he says Captain Kegleg is in the house. Well, Captain Kegleg is a big part of the community. We got to give Captain Kegleg a little bit of kitty. Yes, and you know, as Boiled Egg has already visited on my Discord, one of my channels is a kitty fan club. Yeah, we have a fan club thread there, guys. Every time your kitty Barnesfeld does well in a tournament, you post his results there, and we celebrate with a little bit of kitty love. One of the best bronze guys out there. I would still take Jake Stahl, though. But hey, kitty's up there. All right, one more question, and then we have our break coming up midway through the trivia. First place, Fussmucker, Warbot in second, Dukeston in third, and Don't Cut the D-Block Dragon has taken over position number 7. Speaking of 7, here is question 7. The Montreal Expos started playing in the NL in 1969. Who was their first pick in the expansion draft? Maury Wills, Gary Sutherland, Mac Jones, or Manny Mota? Montreal Expo fans, you should know this. Who was their first pick? 4th overall, because there were some other teams that came in that same time. 4 or 5 teams. I think Kansas. All you baseball whizzes out there. Who came in with the Expos in 69? Kansas was one. Who did they pick 4th overall? California Angels was another. It ended up being a pretty good pick. And it's a player they traded fairly quickly. He didn't even play a full season in Montreal. He was hitting over 300, but they traded him and one of their other picks. They drafted all 4 of these guys, but Manny Mota was their first overall or their first pick. Maury Wills was traded with Mota to the Dodgers, and Manny Mota would spend most of his career with Los Angeles and make the All-Star game at least once. Angels, Padres, Royals, Expos, and Seattle. There we go. I can't remember who had first pick in the expansion draft and who that pick was, but I can't imagine it being better than Manny Mota. I think the Expos may have got, if not the best player in that expansion draft, one of them. Mariners was 1977. Okay. Pilots, yeah. Seattle Pilots, I thought. All right. We're on a break, guys. We'll come finish the trivia. We'll start the Matrix after the break. Be back in 2 minutes' time. All right, welcome back here, guys, on this Thursday. Again, the Matrix is going to close off as soon as we're done the trivia. We've got 6 more questions to go with the trivia, so get ready. Question number 8 is coming up, and here is your Dave Steeb question of the week. Get ready. He was never a future legend. However, he was drafted, and the question is, where was he drafted? Dave Steeb by the Toronto Blue Jays. Which position was he drafted in? 24th, 69th, 106th, or 142nd overall? Dave Steeb, Toronto Blue Jay, legend. He was not first overall. No, he slipped down the draft, and in fact, he was not even projected to be a pitcher. He was an outfielder, where he played a lot of his college in the outfield as a center fielder. Blue Jays scouted him. He had to do some emergency pitching in the game. They scouted him and they said, you know what? This kid can pitch. And once they drafted him, they pretty much converted him into a pitcher. But that was not his original position in college. He played in SIU. Ollie, tell me what SIU is. I'm not familiar with the acronyms of the states. Southern something university, Southern Illinois University. There you go. Southern Illinois University. The Salukis. All right. Well, I know he's a California born, California raised, but yeah, center fielder. I think he might have played in the minors as a Blue Jay prospect, as an outfielder a little bit, but 99.9% of his career in Toronto was as a pitcher. He did do a couple pinch run a couple times, which is dangerous. You don't want your aces pinch running, as we've seen injuries happen to pinch runners when they put in a pitcher to pinch run. If I was a manager, I would never do that. Okay, answers are in. 6 of you got this one right. Thank you to the 11 that picked the worst possible draft position. Thank you for that. No. He wasn't that bad in the draft. I think he went 4th round, 5th round, somewhere around there. Macho Man also went to SIU. Who are the Dave Steeb correct answers? No Razor, Matthew Coe, Sharks Boy, TX Jenks, Def Not a Gnome, and thank you, Captain Kegleg. You rang in extremely quickly and you got 18,000 points. Thank you, Captain, for knowing your Dave Steeb trivia. And if you guessed, don't tell me that. Please do not tell me that. All right, question number 8. The new gold throwback card EVC and I revealed on stream today was Andy, Joey, Nick, or Mark. We showed you 2 of them, but which was the gold one that we showed on stream today? That we revealed as a new card, throwback, gold. Dukeston, Dukeston, come on. I mean, if you want to write a lot of books about him as a superhero, Dave Steeb, with his slider, he just slides into the crime and takes you out with a nasty slide. I mean, no superheroes have slide as their key attribute. There you go. You can write a fictional Dave Steeb superhero book. I will buy the first copy. Well, maybe not the first, because apparently there's a perfect team this year named the Toronto Steebs. And the manager's name is Steeb 37. Yes, I have not met that manager yet. 14 of you got that one right. It was the Nick Madrigal card that we introduced. Steeb Slider Man. Yeah, I can hear the theme music now. Steeb Slider Man. There's a tune that came to mind right away. What is it? Slider Man, Slider Man. I think that might be taken already. There might be some copyright issues on that one. If he can't do it, no one can. Slider Man, Slider Man. Watch out. Here comes the slider. Yeah. Okay. Well, Rob Deer and Headlights got that one. Almost the full 20,000 points. Kitty Poo Poo, second there. No Razor in third. And so here we go after 9 questions, I believe. Fussmucker, still the same 2 people in the top 2 spots. And at that coveted 7th spot is Rocketeer. Remember, prizes for 1st and 7th in today's trivia. Next up. The first non-throwback pitcher that Spore revealed on TWIP today was from which team? Twins, Giants, Phillies, or Nationals? The first non-throwback pitcher. It was a silver. Because he starts at silver with the pitchers. If any of you are musicians, please write me a Dave Steeb Slider Man song, and I will include it on my stream. It won't replace Kitty, but if you can get your whatever you want to use to create it to like a 20-second clip, Dave Steeb as the Slider Man. All right, this was a tough one. 7 people went Nationals. It was not the Nationals. It was a Giants card. That was the first non-throwback pitcher. Six people got that, including WX Scott, Rob Deer and Headlights, Matthew Coe, Mr. Audit, No Razor, and Monterre Don. No, you did not. Check your hearing music lessons. When you speak, everyone once in a while slurs their word when they have something in their coffee. Come on. All right. With 3 questions to go, Fussmucker has the lead. Rocketeer is in 7th. Don't Cut the D Block Dragon has 55,000 points. He's 7 points out of 7th place. And Kitty Poo Poo has 1,000 points too many from 7th place. Question number 11. You didn't hear anything, TX. Spore's dog Charlotte made an extended appearance on stream today during a release of which gold card? How well were you paying attention? We're always going to have a Spore question. Which card was on screen when Spore picked up Charlotte, gave her a kiss, a hug, talked about how embarrassed she was when she misses her jumps? Which card was on screen? Was it the Cubs, the Rays, the Blue Jays, or the Nationals? And even if I did mispronounce his name, music lessons, I was putting Dave Steeb and Slider Man together. What do you get when you put Dave Steeb and Slider Man? You get Dave Sleeb. So you can't count that. That was not a mispronunciation. That was the superhero character, because you can't use his real name because he will sue the pants off of me. So it is now Dave Sleeb. He better not be on your theme team. Yes, the King. I always leave a couple questions on my trivia until I watch the stream, because last week it was which letter was on Spore's hat. I couldn't quite make out his hat today. What was on his hat? Was it an Oriole? It wasn't very clear for me, so I had to pick something else. But there's always going to be a Spore reference. Oh, this was the question that hurt a lot of you guys. Definitely not a gnome knew it. Hawk Moon knew it. And Famarte knew it. It was the Blue Jay card. The third base gold Blue Jay was on the screen. EVC, come on. Do you know? Did you ask EVC? I mean, he doesn't want me taking off my sweater. Don't speak for EVC. Come on. Yeah, Blue Jay was a choice, wasn't it? It should have been. I can't go back and look at the questions, but 3 people got it right. We got a few players that are not attempting to take guesses here. It looks like Fussmucker, Warbot first and second, Dukeston in third, No Razor in fourth, Contestant 361 in fifth, in sixth is Rocketeer, and Don't Cut the D Block Dragon is now in seventh place. Kitty Poo Poo down to eighth. Next question. The first hitting Detroit Tiger that Spore showed on screen as part of the new set was rated what? What was the rating on the card of the first hitter that's a Detroit Tiger that Spore showed on screen from the new set? Answers are in. Six people managed to answer this one correctly. And heading into the final question, your 2-minute warning for the Matrix giveaway. 2-minute warning. Type in exclamation Matrix in the chat to get the form. 6 people, including No Razor, VR Mind, TX Jinx, Warbot, St. Louis Mo, and Mr. Audit, the 6 to get that one correct. So as we head to the last question, currently claiming first place is Warbot with 118,000 points. In second place is Fussmucker, 112,000. One of those two will be our winner. And in seventh place is Don't Cut the D Block Dragon, 9,000 point lead over the eighth place contestant, and 2,000, about 1,500 points behind sixth place. So again, it's all about timing. Timing. One question to go. 61 entrants in the trivia today. Well done, guys. Here is your last question. On yesterday's This Day in Baseball History, I mentioned that this player was the first to hit for the cycle in 1894. Was it Ed Delahanty, Lave Cross, Billy Hamilton, or Frank Dwyer? First to hit for that specific team, the cycle, back in 1894. I even showed you the perfect team card that he currently has in the game. Not an option. No, it wasn't Bert Blyleven. Nope, not this week. Although next week I might ask, during the last question last week, Rob Deere and Headlights mentioned this pitcher as hitting for the cycle. Who was it? Answers are in. Music. It was not Coberto Relli. It was not Coberto Relli. Use that darn card all you want. I don't care. Ragi Gogobuku Kasamaki Kelly. Yeah, use that card. $11 people got it right. 12 people got it wrong. Question is, how is that going to affect first and seventh place? Our final results, and the winner of 5 packs goes to one Fussmucker who rang in extremely quickly with 131,000 points. Coming in second, just a couple thousand points behind, was Warbot. And in seventh place, coming out from behind, you know who came in seventh. Kitty Poo Poo, 400 points between music lessons and yourself. Kitty Poo Poo comes in seventh. Synchronicity, take a drink. We have a kitty winning packs, and we have Fussmucker. All right, Kitty Poo Poo, send me a whisper, please, with your perfect team username. Fussmucker, same thing. Send me a whisper because I know you have a couple accounts. If you want it on your packs only or your regular team, please let me know in a whisper. Thank you, guys. That one was fun. We had quite the battle for seventh place and for first place as well. Okay, we're going to end that. Good. Let me close the screen so it's not showing on your screen anymore. And we're going to close off the matrix after our break. When we come back, let's find out how Jackie, Sam, and Mordecai do with the 2024 Reds. Back in 2 minutes. All right, we're back, and Brent has asked me to check in on the bounty. Thank you for the reminder there, Brent. Let's check in on the bounty. Well, I did sweep round number 1 over those Friends of Chuck. So Friends of Chuck taken out in 3 games, and currently now I need a comeback here up against the Las Vegas Silver Sox. Definitely not a gnome. Has me down 2-1. Thank you, Kitty Poo Poo. I did get your whisper, and I got Fussmucker's whisper as well. You guys are good. And I got our early bird winner, your whisper too. So all 3 winners so far. We still have our giveaway winner, the Matrix, closing off in less than 2 minutes time. So let's take a look here. On the right side of the bracket, the Seminoles were swept in round 2 by the Black Knights. The Regina Monarchs are 1 game away from going to the semis. And those Bees, I'm telling you, up and comer, that AW, watch out. Anytime you counter them in tournaments, especially, low diamond and other tournaments, they are an up and coming manager. And I am down 2-1. So let's see. Who do I got pitching? Doyle Alexander, who had a strong game. So we're going to keep Doyle Alexander in. And who am I facing here? The number 4 pitcher, Cloyd Boyer. Not very good with home run suppression, are you, Cloyd? Are you, Cloyd? You give up a lot of dingers, so I got to make sure that Cloyd, who is a righty, I got to make sure my hitters that are home run guys, power versus righties. This is micromanaging. Okay, Bill, you're going in to catch because you can hit home runs. Rico against the righties. Oh, yeah, Rico. You can take advantage of Cloyd. You're going into third base for Ellie De La Cruz. And Ted, oh, yeah, you got power against righties. Ted, you're going into what position are you? Second base? Ooh, I don't want to take Nick out, do I? Oh, Nick, you got no power, but you can play maybe for 1 game shortstop. Tony, you're coming out. Ted, you're going in. I'm giving up defense for some power because that Cloyd Boyer, he has very low home run suppression. Where did I want to put you? Second base and Nick at short. Okay, we'll save that. And we will see. Todd Helton, move you up. Delahanty, we're going to move. Where are you? There you are. You're good there. Delancey, move you up a bit. Petrocelli, Walt Whitmont, you're not going to go there. Let's move you there. Petrocelli. Yeah, okay. Let's just put all my power at the top of the lineup. Let's see what we can do against that Cloyd Boyer fella. Where is he here? Cloyd. Yeah. And in his first game, he did not give up a home run. So you just never know. He won 3-0. Okay, I'm going to go close off the matrix form. So if you're in the midst of filling it out, you've got 30 seconds to fill that out before we close it off. We got to get rolling here. I do want to go into OOTP 23. So we're going to play the matrix up to the All-Star game. Then we're going to reminisce a little bit with OOTP 23. I do plan on getting you over to Dr. Dynastic when he starts up at 5 p.m. Eastern. So he should be on, he might be starting up even earlier, but I usually go until 5 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays. But we'll take you over there after. And closing off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's Dr. Dynastic. A&W Root Beer. Oh, isn't that Canadian though? How would you know about A&W Root Beer? Do they have them in the Pacific Northwest? I always thought that was a Canadian company. So yes, Dr. Dynastic, I will be going until 5 p.m. Eastern, and we'll bring the crew over to you. Let's close off the forum. See what you guys are thinking here. Will the Cincinnati Reds make the playoffs? Well, if they don't, it's going to be a very, very easy decision on who wins. Only 2 people. With Jackie Robinson, Mordecai Brown, and Sam Crawford, if Cincinnati can't make the playoffs, will they win the world? Will they make the World Series? Most people say no. And how many wins for the Matrix team? 91-109. Jackie Robinson, how many RBIs is he going to get? You're predicting 89-110. How about wins for Mordecai Brown? 15-19. And Sam Crawford hits. Majority are going with 36.8% are going with 190 to 209 hits for Sam Crawford, plus a couple of tie-breaking questions if we need it. A&W, oh man, the A&W floats. That's got to be the best ice cream float out there. A&W root beer. Okay, let's go into the Matrix game here. Again, we'll check back on the bounty later, but I think I might be eliminated fairly quickly here. I need to win 2 games in a row. So you have one in Phoenix, Arizona, Lone Star says. It's all over the States? All right. I thought maybe it started as a Canadian company. I know you guys have Tim Hortons mini areas as well. If we can have all your Starbucks and Seattle's Best and Lowe's and Walmart's, you guys can have some of our Canadian companies. Okay, so again, we're going to play through this at a little quicker rate because, again, I want to get over to Dr. Dynastic at the top of the hour. So we're going to go into the schedule here, and we're going to take a quick look at game number 1 that all these players are in with Cincinnati. They're on the road in Philadelphia. The 2-1 Reds, Sam Crawford hitting 3rd, Jackie Robinson 4th. And on the mound today will be Mordecai Brown. So we're just going to watch the first inning just to see how these players do. Ellie De La Cruz will lead us off for Cincinnati. Welcome to Citizens Bank Park. And Ellie goes down swinging. Big cut there for Ellie De La Cruz. Christopher Sanchez pitching for Philadelphia. Spencer Steer at the plate. Drives that one into left field. Oh, what kind of slide? That was superhero Dave Sleeb. Dave Sleeb, what are you doing out there in left field? That's the animation I want for our new superhero, Dave Sleeb. Slider man. All right. Sam Crawford making his debut in Cincinnati here. What can he do? Can he get on base for Jackie Robinson? Will his speed get him there? He will not. And Cincinnati is retired in the top of the first. All right, we're going to go to the top of the second here because Jackie Robinson wants to show you his debut. I believe this is the 31-year-old Jackie Robinson, 30-year-old. Again, the TWIP card from last week, joining the Hall of Fame pitcher and the Hall of Fame hitter, Jackie Robinson. He's got to get a hit, right? He's got to show he is Jackie. Driven into center field. That's going to be caught, and Jackie goes down in his first plate appearance. Let's watch half an inning of Mordecai Brown. No hits for Philadelphia in the first inning. Here they're facing Mordecai Brown in the second, and Mordecai with the strikeout. His first strikeout as a Red. Next up, Kyle Schwarber. Grounder to Mordecai, who throws him out at first. 5 up, 5 down for Mordecai Brown. JT is up next. Swings over to second, and Mordecai Brown, after 2 innings, has not given up a hit. All right, we go to Cincinnati, ripping it up here in the 3rd inning. They score 3 more runs. We have Sam Crawford getting an RBI as he will drive in Ellie De La Cruz, and Jackie Robinson in his second plate appearance will double in Sam Crawford. So both Crawford and Jackie Robinson get an RBI in their first game. Mordecai Brown in the 3rd inning still has not given up a hit. We'll keep on simming a bit here. There we go. Mordecai has given up a run now. 7-1 for the Reds, 7-2 9-2 for Cincinnati. 9-4. After 7, it's 9-5. And who's at the plate here? The bottom of the order, so we'll just sim it. All right, our Hall of Famers and our TWIPT player have finished their first game. Mr. Sam Crawford will go 3 for 5, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. Jackie Robinson will outdo that. Jackie Robinson goes 4 for 5, 2 runs, couple RBIs. Jackie will have 2 doubles. And Mr. Mordecai Brown gets his first win as a Cincinnati Red. 9 hits, 5 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, only 1 walk. With that control, I wouldn't expect a lot of walks from Mordecai Brown. Well, there you go. Cincinnati with Jackie Robinson, Sam Crawford, and Mordecai Brown get their first victory. So we're going to sim to the end of the month. You can see the standings here on the right-hand side of the screen. You see the leaderboard flash by as well. And right now, Cincinnati currently a couple games out of first, 1 game out of first. This is the year, Cincinnati. Come on. And Cincinnati, at the end of April, are tied with Pittsburgh with a 19-12 record. Wow. Go and take a look at Mordecai. Mordecai, 3 wins, 2 losses. Sporting a pretty high ERA there, which for a dead ball pitcher in modern era, I get. I didn't expect much out of Mordecai coming to this era. Given up quite a few home runs. He's allowed 11 home runs, only 13 walks, 41 strikeouts, a K per 9 of 8.9. How about our 2 hitters? Jackie Robinson hitting 283, got 28 hits in April. So if we look at his game log, a lot of multiple hit games, including 4 for 5 against the Phillies in that first game. A couple 3-hit games. Don't think he's hit a home run yet. Let's see. Has he hit a home run? Let me go back out to his screen here. 3 home runs for Jackie. 3 home runs, 12 RBIs, sporting a 1.0 WAR. How about Mr. Sam Crawford? Sam Crawford hitting 345. 5 for 5 against Texas in an 8-0 win. 3 for 4 against the Angels. 3 for 5 against Milwaukee. And 3 for 5 against Texas. So 8 hits and 10 plate appearances against Texas this last week. Sam Crawford ripping it up, a 1.2 WAR, stolen bases. He's got 3 stolen bases, 13 doubles, and 39 hits in the month of April. All right, let's go to the end of May. Got to be playoffs for the Reds. They're not making it easy, though. They're hanging back of, now they moved ahead. Just as I say that, they take a 2-game lead in the NL Central. So that was question number 1 on the form. Will they make the playoffs? And currently, right now, Cincinnati has a 3-game lead over Milwaukee. How's Mordecai doing? He had 3 wins in April, and now he's got 4 wins in May. So he went 4-1 in the month of May. ERA is still hovering around 6. As far as our hitters go, Jackie Robinson has boosted his average up to 302. He's got 8 home runs, 32 RBIs, and 57 hits. And 4 stolen bases, only been caught once. So Jackie's performing well, and Mr. Sam Crawford averages dropped a little bit, still hitting a great 333, 971 OPS, a 153 OPS plus, and currently on a 5-game hit streak. Is it longer than that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 5-game hit streak for Mr. Sam Crawford. Let's take a look at our NL leaderboard. Do we have any of these gentlemen up there? We've got Sam Crawford second in the NL in average. Kyle Schwarber's leading the NL in home runs at 23. And other than that, Sam Crawford third in slugging percentage, fourth in on base and slugging, third in hits with 70, and first in doubles. He's leading the NL right now with 21 doubles. Ellie De La Cruz is leading with 6 triples and also leading with 22 stolen bases. So just like in real life, Ellie De La Cruz is leading the NL in stolen bases. And I don't see any Jackie Robinson among the top 5 here, unless I'm missing it. I don't see him anywhere. So right now, Sam is on a lot of the leaderboards. All right, let's go up to the All-Star game. Will all 3 of these players make the All-Star game? We will find out in mere moments. Cincinnati still has a 3-5-6 game lead now in the NL Central. 7-8 games. In fact, don't look now, but they have the second best record in the NL behind Atlanta, making a run on the Braves now. A couple games behind the Braves wins. 12-game lead, and at the All-Star break, whew, Cincinnati Reds fans, savor it, enjoy it. 12-game lead over both the Cubs and the Brewers. So at the All-Star break, the Braves, the Reds are tied with 63 wins in the NL. The Los Angeles Dodgers come in with 59 to lead the West. And over in the AL, the Red Sox, the Twins, and the Rangers all have a 2 or 3 game lead over the second place team. Wildcard teams are the Blue Jays, the Mariners, and the Yankees. And in the NL, it's the Padres, the Cubs, and the Brewers. At the break, Mordecai Brown is a 12-4 pitcher. So after starting the year at 3-2, he's become acclimatized to 2024. Yeah. 12-4. A lot of you picked that he would get up to 19 wins halfway through the season. It looks like he's going to break that. Respectable now 4.08 ERA after being around 6 for the first couple months. Mr. Sam Crawford, 335 average, so he's maintained his high average, 3.8 WAR. He's got 24 home runs. With that power, I would not have expected that many home runs at this point in the season, on pace for 40. And he's got 119 hits, on pace for 197. Jackie Robinson has a 329 average, so he's inching up to the same average as Sam Crawford. He's got a 4.4 WAR, 111 hits, 21 doubles, 18 home runs, and 64 RBIs. On pace for 106. So our Matrix players today, at least in the first half of the season, are living up to their names. Let's go take a look if all 3 made the All-Star game. Your NL starting lineup: Lindor, Albies, Sam Crawford will hit third, Acuna Jr., Olsen, Riley, Happ, Contreras, and Bryce Harper. Jackie Robinson does not make the starting lineup, but he is in the lineup. So your starting second baseman is Ozzie Albies, which he's having a good season. You can't fault that. Pitching wise, do we have your starting pitcher is Justin Steele from the Cubs, but with a 12-4 record, Mordecai Brown does not make the All-Star game. That's a shame. 11-6 Darvish, 8-9 Sonny Gray, 9-5 Bobby Miller, 7-2 Justin Steele, 9-5 Spencer Strider, 13-3 Yamamoto. No Mordecai Brown. All right, we're just going to play through the All-Star game here. Let's go and finish the entire game, see how our two All-Stars did. The AL will win this one 4-2, and for your National League, starting center fielder Sam Crawford will go 1 for 3. And do they get Jackie? And they do. Jackie will come pinch hit for Matt Olson, get 2 plate appearances, 1 hit. Crawford will get a double, and Jackie Robinson will just looks like he got a single. Your winning pitcher in the All-Star game is Mr. Burke. Brock Burke for the Texas Rangers gets the win, and the loss will go to St. Louis Miles. Mikolas Vlad Guerrero Jr. is your MVP. What did Vlad do here? Played the full game, went 2 for 3. Yeah. With a home run in the 5th inning. Okay, we're going to save this up. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to give our wave goodbye very soon in a few days to OOTP 23. Stay tuned, guys. We'll finish off the matrix and check out OOTP 23 in 2 minutes. All right, welcome back. Welcome back for a swan song goodbye. And chat, if you played OOTP 23, let's see some love for OOTP 23. Tell us some of your favorite cards, some of your memories from OOTP 23. Again, this is a game that if you play this game and you've played it for many years, I feel very fortunate that we have a small, I still call it an independent game with a team of less than 10 people working for it that are able to put this game out year after year after year. Marcus Heinzen, for 25 versions now, has put this game out for us to enjoy. And I don't know, honestly, I don't know which game I would be spending this much time on if it wasn't for OOTP. And it's nice to kind of look back and remember the previous versions, because you do get just over 2 years gameplay for each Perfect Team version. The base game will live on forever. You can play that in perpetuity, however you say that word. But the Perfect Team only stays on the server for about 26, 27, 28 months. And to look back on Perfect Team 23, it's been a while since I've done that. And I'm going to have some fun looking back at that game, because I played it for 12 months, just like I'm playing OOTP 25 now. I streamed it. It was the first full version that I streamed on YouTube. And then I came over to Twitch in September of OOTP 23, played the full OOTP 24, and now OOTP 25. So right now, in the very last week of operation, this is your Perfect League standings. If you're one of these managers, say hi in the chat, because you are going out at the top. You are one of the 30 or 40 managers here in Perfect Team 23. We got Larryetts. We got Dragofred, 39 Cobra, Caleb, Go Cubs Go, Galos, Wheeze, Alien Brains, FMC Curry, Dr. Socks. We got Bandriex. We got Thinking Dog, Usual Suspect, Circus Solly, Landmark MKE, M&T, Chino 2. We've got Andy from Sheffield. Andy in Perfect League 23. We've got J.R. Rebecci, J. Rebecci, Snowy Owie, Snowy Nowie. We've got also in the other league here, we've got Admiral Relativity, Fungo, Nicole J.I., Sword 99, Stone Wallace, CF Genesis, Mariners World Series champs, Quiz Kid, 12 Balls, DPL, Arc Lich, Brooklyn Mets fan, or Broken Mets fan, probably, Alan W., Stoli 314, and MV22. And I missed a couple at the top here. Arizona 1, D Cubs 44, Mr. Warbot himself, and Moonlight Matt. And so I wanted to read those names off because they deserve a little bit of recognition in Perfect Team for the very last week of OOTP 23. And right now, leading the way in the American Conference are the Chicago Wind Sox with 48 wins. Also with the Madison Moundsmen with 52 wins, and the Maryside Insufferables at 50 wins. In the National Conference, 51 wins. All division leaders have 51 wins. The Charlotte Aviators, the La Morinda Star Crushers, and the Crozet Storm Kings. So good luck. Even if you're just ghosting OOTP 23 and you're in Perfect League, good luck in this final week as you try for that final championship. Even though there's no more physical trophies for that game, you can still walk away a winner. Okay. Balking Dead are still there? Yes. I don't think I read the team name. I probably read the manager name. Cava just missed making perfect. Oh, watch it this week. He'll probably win diamond and make perfect when the game no longer is available. Yes. Oh, Dr. Socks is you. Oh, okay, Mr. Audit. Well, congratulations making have I know you've probably been there a few times, obviously. Have you won Perfect League in OOTP 23? Do you have a championship under your belt? Your other team won a few times. Is that the mediocres? So before we get back to the Matrix, little bit of love. Again, I run my Rocky Mountain Gladiators like I do every cycle. And I am absolutely over the moon with how my team did. If we look at my history, after the entry pool, I went right up to silver. I went down to bronze once. We are currently in the year 21-25. So we've played 103 seasons. And in 103 seasons, my team only dipped below silver once. So for me, it's a proud accomplishment. I mean, in 123 seasons, you're silver or higher 122 of those times. I'll take it. I did make it up to perfect league in 2049 while the game was still currently actively being played. Made it up there in 2067. Made it up in 2075 and 76. In fact, I made the playoffs for the first time back in 2075. Made it up in 2093, 2094, making the playoffs in 2093. Made it in 2104, 2106, and then 4 seasons in a row 21, 11, 12, 13, and 14, making the playoffs 3 of those years. And then recently went on a 4 season streak 2020, 21, 21, 21, 22, and my last season was 21, 23, making the playoffs 3 times. So I'm again, I think for myself as a player, it was a success. Making it into the perfect league 20 times over the course of the entire game, that's a win for me. And only being to bronze or lower once. Championship wise, I've won 1 gold championship. I won that fairly early within the first 10 seasons in 2030. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 diamond championships. So hoping to make it to end off with the 10th one. In terms of what my lineup looks like once I kind of ghosted my team, I might have 80% of the best pitchers. I don't have them all. Cliff Lee, I will always remember Cliff Lee, this version of him. One of the best lefties in the game at that time. Loved that card. And then last year, I loved his bronze card. So back-to-back years of 2 really good Cliff Lee cards in different areas of the game. Also, my memories will include this card here, Lefty Grove. It was a limited edition to 25 cards. I pulled it while Gorgo 2005. When Gorgo 2005 used to actively stream, I pulled it while he was streaming because his packs were hot. They were hot that day. So I thought, I'm going to open a few packs. And I got this Lefty Grove. So I always think of Gorgo 2005 when I see this card here. If not my favorite card in the cycle, one of my top 5, just for that memory alone. And I remember Mr. Audit, as a Red Sox fan, trying to get his hands. We were competing for a couple cards at one point. One was for Lefty Grove I already had, but the other one was Randy Johnson. And it wasn't even this Randy Johnson. It was a different Randy Johnson that we were both actively trying to get. So I went for the last 100 or last 60 years or so, I went with a ballpark that was lefty cheese because at that point you could construct a ballpark with your own parameters. You didn't have to pick a pre-made one. So I went pretty much lefty hitters, lefty pitchers. So for most of this career in this cycle, I had all my starters as lefties. Cliff Lee, Lefty Grove, Randy Johnson, Rube Waddell Tournament Edition, and as my number 5 guy, Fernando Valenzuela. You got him and Clem. Yeah, I know. Mr. Audit, when he puts his mind to it, he gets eventually the cards he needs. One of the best, if not the best, free-to-play player out there in the game, especially in OOTP 23. Like that. Didn't you win like 20 copies of the OOTP 24 license or something because of all your success in tournaments? Not 20. I know it wasn't 20, but you won a handful, that's for sure. Jacob deGrom was also a meta pitcher at that time, as was Mr. Maddox. So it's pretty bad when I have my meta pitchers in the bullpen because I'm running a lefty cheese park. Eric Gagne, Canadian Eric Gagne, one of the best relievers. Yeah, limited editions. You can only get White Poison limited editions by getting them in packs or getting them on the card shop. So if someone doesn't want to keep their limited edition, they put it on the card shop. And look at this. I mean, with 3 days to go in the game, there are still 2 buy orders up of 1.5 million. With 3 days left to go in the game. Now, those might have been up for 5 months, 8 months, who knows? I could sell this card right now and get 1.5 million perfect points. But I don't want to, because if we ever have some sort of museum down the line with our card collection, I want this one to be in my card collection. It's staying in my account. Other cards that year, the most popular card by far, the most popular card was another limited edition one with the coolest artwork ever. And that was the limited edition Christmas Ricky Henderson. You kind of see it on screen there. Came out on Christmas Day 2022. 100 copies. And good luck trying to get one when they were all gone. There's still a buy order up for 2.55 million perfect points. So if you want to have some fun ripping packs and you own one of these Ricky Hendersons, you could buy a lot of packs and rip one last time. Yeah. And you know what? If you don't care about the cards you own, sell it. Give it to someone that does care and use those points to rip some packs. Ricky Henderson was a card many people were looking for. Did you ever get a Ricky Henderson, Mr. Audit? Hitter-wise, I had Josh Gibson, who was meta catcher. The best Josh Gibson we've seen, I think, in the game was this one here. Carl Yastrzemski, another one Mr. Audit got his hands on as a Red Sox fan, again, against the righties, meta hitter. Eddie Collins, meta second baseman. George Brett. We had something called the Cooperstown Missions and Cooperstown sets. They were kind of like the Immortals from last year. So we had a lot of Cooperstown cards. And of course, you know, you get Tony, you get Tris Speaker. I mean, look at the ratings on that guy. Here's Sam Crawford, who's in the Matrix, part of the Platinum series. And Hannes. It was also the controversial year of Brooks Robinson. A lot of controversy because players that played OOTP 22 were rewarded with a Brooks Robinson Silver Mission card, which they needed to boost up kind of in a build a lineup kind of way to eventually get the perfect. And he was your meta third baseman for a long time in the game. And maybe our best defensive mixed with offensive catcher. Back then, we didn't have catcher framing. We had catcher ability and catcher arm only. All right, so here's what I want to do. Somehow I've ended up with 1.5 million perfect points and you can't take these with you. Once the game ends on Sunday, they're gone. So might as well use them, right? 33 perfect packs. I'm not going to open them all up on stream because we got to finish the matrix, but let's open up a few. Let's see. I still want that platinum edition Babe Ruth. I never did get it. I don't even know if he's on the card shop. He's not the best hitter in the game, but I want him as part of my collection. Yeah, this one right here. Look at that card art. From the Platinum Series, and the Platinum Series only put those cards in packs for 8 weeks. There were 4 sets of them. Each set was in packs for 8 weeks, and after that, the only way you could get them was on the card shop. But once they transferred over to OOTP 24, they put them all back in packs. You spent all your points helping Kava chase cards. Excellent. Well, he didn't quite get up to perfect. Let's see what perfect cards we get. Here you see the opening screen, what it looked like compared to this year. That's a fail. Back then, anytime you pulled the live, there were really no good live cards. You didn't get excited over any live perfect back then. You wanted those historicals. 0 for 2. I was able to buy 33. Mike Trout. 0 for 3. Come on, Babe. Where's that Babe Ruth, that platinum card? A duplicate already. Quick sell. What I think of you, Mr. Lopez. Yeah, Edwin Diaz. Mr. Audit, who are the other meme cards? Was this the Shane Baz year? Where if you pulled Shane Baz, it was kind of an honor? It was, yeah. That's what's that? 5 live cards in a row? Come on, historical. Come on, OOTP. There's 3 days left. Give me like a perfect Babe Ruth. All right, we're going to pull 3 or 4 more packs, and then we got to go finish the matrix. That's one of those platinum cards. That was an iron card, and three in a row. Now, if we were actively playing OOTP 23 and we invested all these perfect points and we pulled 3 of the same card, we wouldn't be smiling. Let's just say that. Can we make it 4? We got the hat trick. Yeah, I am more excited about that 44 overall iron. Finally, after like 8 pulls, we get a duplicate Ron Guidry. Does anyone want Ron Guidry? You know what? I'm going to do you a favor. Whoever has that bid up, you got 3 days to use them. Enjoy. All right. 1 historical in a row. Hey, there's 2. It's a duplicate. Chet Lemon, no one's got a buy order up. But if someone's looking for Chet, you can have them for bare minimum. All right, 3 more. Come on. Where's that platinum? Platinum. 3 Alvarez, 2 Trout, and 2 Lopez. And a partridge in a tree. And a judge. Someone wants Aaron Judge. Well, I can't sell it to you for $8,000. Lowest I can go is $20,000. But that's because at one time he was a diamond, and so someone had a buy order up when he was a diamond. So it kind of stuck. All right, one more. This is it. One more. Babe, let's do it. Babe in the Matrix, show me Platinum 4. I'm glad I can smile that there's only 3 days left in this game. All right. I will enjoy opening those other ones up off stream, and if I get anything, I'll post it in the Discord. But that was definitely a fail, other than Ron and Chet, and even those weren't the best cards at the time. So we will leave it at that with OOTP 23. Sunday is your last day to do that. Congratulations again to all those teams currently in Perfect League, including our own Mr. Audit, who is currently... where are you, Mr. Audits? DR Sox. Yeah, well, you're almost 500. Start by getting to 500 and work your way up. Okay, back to the Matrix. Let's finish it off, folks, and award our prize. We are simming to the beginning of August. Cincinnati Reds with a 14-game lead. They are almost locked in already, August 1st, and they have a 13-game lead over the Chicago Cubs. Well, let's take it one more month. Let's go to September call-up time. And I think the Reds are going to clinch it before September. 17, 8, 9, 20-game lead. This is by far the best a Matrix team has done, by far. Clinching it almost before we get to September. 15-game lead, but the Milwaukee Brewers are on a run, folks. They're 9-1. They've won their last 9 games. Do we have a 69 Mets situation here? Quick check on our pitcher. Mordecai Brown is currently at 16-7. So he's really tailed off. He was 14-4, I think, 12-4. 3.98 ERA. Still doing well, but not as many wins over the last month and a half. And for our hitters, Jackie Robinson, 346. That's the best average we've seen of him so far. 29 home runs, 96 RBIs, and 166 hits for the Reds. And our other hitter, Sam Crawford, has now fallen behind Jackie in average at 339, still consistent, 5.5 WAR, 34 home runs, 110 RBIs, and more importantly, 172 hits, projected to get 202 as one of the questions on the Matrix form. All right, as we head to our last break, I'm going to sim to the end of the season. When we get back, we're going to go through the playoffs. Be back in 2 minutes' time. right, here we are to finish off the show. Welcome back. We are in the playoffs. It is September 30th, 2024, and our Matrix team, the Cincinnati Reds, have had quite the season, finishing 103-59, 2 wins shy of the Atlanta Braves' 105 wins, and 2 wins better than the Minnesota Twins. So our regular season standings, we need to write these numbers down. Mordecai Brown, the ace for the Reds, went 19-7. So if you predicted that Mordecai would fall in that 19 win category, congratulations, you got that question right. 1 shy of 20. Our hitters, we've got, of course, Jackie Robinson, and Jackie Robinson ended up with 197 hits. He had 99 runs, 32 home runs, and 107 RBIs with a WAR of 8.6. All right, 32 home runs for Jackie. And the other player that had a couple questions was Mr. Sam Crawford. Sam Crawford would lead the league in hits with 205 hits. He would end up with 46 doubles, 125 RBIs, and a WAR of 6.5. And just so you know where it kind of compares to in the league, we'll look at the entire league, the combined league. Jackie Robinson is your league leader for average, and Sam Crawford is second. Look at that. 2 of our Matrix players, top 2 in the overall league average. Go figure. Other than that, Jackie Robinson led the OBP category. He is 3rd in slugging percentage, 1st in WAR at 8.6. And Sam Crawford had the most hits in the league, as I said, 205. Did Mordecai make it anywhere? Mordecai Brown led the league in wins with 19 wins. Congratulations, Mordecai. And other than that, the chemistry. Talk about chemistry. Chemistry worked well for the Reds this year. Let's see if they can continue it on in the playoffs. Let's sim through the first round. Cincinnati has a bye, so they're waiting for either the Dodgers or the Padres. Twins, Yankees, and Braves also with the bye. And here we go. It'll be the Twins, Rangers, Astros, Yankees, Dodgers, Reds, Cubs, Braves. All right, we're just going to fast sim this first round here. Let's go to the next playoff round. Let's hope that Cincinnati can get through. They're going up against the Dodgers. Dodgers are going to take it 3-1. So Cincinnati are not able to make it to the World Series. So if you answered no for question number 2, you did well. Final 4, Rangers, Astros, and all Texas battle, Atlanta Dodgers. And in 7 games, the Dodgers take it. In 7 games, the Astros take it. And your World Series champs in 2024, I don't recommend you buying a ticket as they're one of the worst teams in the league right now. 84 wins, 78 losses. Squeaking in as a wild card, they beat the Mariners, the Yankees, the Rangers. They go the distance in all 3 rounds before smoking the Dodgers 4-1. Again, Cincinnati, they lost 5-3, 5-4. They won 7-6. They would lose 5-2 in the deciding game. And Mr. Ohtani is the MVP of that series against the Reds. All right, we're going to save the game. We're going to go to the Google form and find out who our winner is. Double check here, 101 wins, I believe, for Cincinnati. Cincinnati standings 103 wins. Okay. 103. All right. While that sims, I'm going to go to the awards. All right. Stay tuned. We're going to go right over to Dr. Dynastic as soon as we determine our winner here. As soon as I can find it. This one right there. No, this one there. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, let's create a filter. Question number 1, will the Matrix team make the playoffs? The answer is yes. Clear yes. Will they make the World Series? They did not. How many regular season wins for Cincinnati? They finished with 103. A lot of you still in this. Is GT Sundown still in this? No, GT got erased. Next up. What would be the RBI total of Jackie Robinson? Jackie Robinson had 107 RBIs. Oh, that's not that one. Cancel that. What will be the regular season wins for Mordecai Brown? That's the first question. 19. I was just checking GT if you got the first question right and you didn't. You didn't get the first couple questions right. You've been eliminated, I think, unless I missed it. 19 wins for Mordecai. RBIs for Jackie is 107. And we still got a lot of people in this. We've got St. Louis Mo, Rob Deer in Headlights, Sean Saul, Christopher Campari, G. May, Famarte, Tiger, Boomer, Henry, Charles, and WX Scott. Next, how many hits for Sam Crawford? There you go. Sam Crawford ended up with 205 hits to lead the league. $205. Down to 4. Sean, Christopher, Henry, and WX Scott. Our final 4 contestants. Tiebreaker number 1. The war of Jackie Robinson after the regular season. Jackie Robinson led the league in WAR with an 8.6 WAR without going over. I don't think anyone did go over. That's a pretty high WAR. The closest to 8.6 by 0.1. Congratulations. Henry the Hornets, BT Bomber. Are you in the chat, BT Bomber? You don't have to be for this one. I've got your username right here. We're going to have those packs sent off to the Henry Murder Hornets. Congratulations. You have made it through the matrix all the way up to the first tiebreaker. And if we had to go to the second tiebreaker, I didn't write that one down. We don't know, but you didn't need to go there. 5.9. Well, folks, that is going to be it for me. Thank you for tuning in today. It's been a long stream. A lot of great cards. Good luck in your pack pulling. I didn't even talk about spotlight packs. I didn't even get a chance to open any packs for OOTP 25. Enjoy OOTP 23 for a few more days. Laptop Hound signing off. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can't shine every day. Send you over to Dr. Dynastic. We'll see you next episode.
A very good friend of mine told me something the other day. I'd like to pass it on to you. I believe what he said to be true. He said we're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can't shine every day, and the sun is shining in this rainy city, and the sun is shining. Oh, well, isn't it a pity? And every year has its share of tears, but every now and then it's gonna rain. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can't shine every day,